Let's go.
All right. Woo! Just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, smile. Sound happy, everyone.
We need like Freddie like from iCarly to be like in 5, 4. Wait,
Yeah.
did you watch iCarly?
Well,
You didn't have cable?
No, but like I know what you're talking. I did watch. I actually wrote Freddie and Sam fan fiction.
I'm leaving that in the episode.
Wait, am I
Okay.
recording?
Oh, are you not recording?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Sometimes I get kind of paranoid. Like, wait, did I actually click the button? Okay.
That is funny. Every day I learn something new about Sydney.
I think it's still on the internet, but it might just be one chapter. I'll have to look.
Oh my gosh. I'm leaving that. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Call Me When They Kiss. I'm Issa.
And I'm Sydney.
And Sydney says I have to do this spiel every week. So if this is your first time tuning in, every Friday, Sydney and I discuss a different romance movie or sometimes a TV series. And we also have a bonus episode the last Monday of every month where we talk about a romance book. Today, we are straying a little bit away from romance, although there was still a romance storyline, which I do want to discuss. Today, we're talking about The Devil Wears Prada 2. And the first one a little bit. Yeah. And if you're wondering, what's our book of the month? 7 Days in June?
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me who the author is?
Tia Williams.
Tia Williams. So if you'd like to read along with us, you still have a couple weeks. That episode will come out the last Monday of May, like I said. May 25th. Cindy, how are you doing today?
So I'm just laughing at that whole intro.
Did I hit everything I needed to hit?
Yeah. No, you're right though. Like this one, I mean, we'll talk about the movie in a couple minutes, but I was just gonna say, I guess this one would be considered more of a romance than the first one, because she actually has like the happily ever after with this guy, and she doesn't in the first one. So
No, but did you rewatch the first one?
I got like 35 minutes in, and it was during nap time today, and I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, the kids were awake, and I didn't get to finish it.
No, they don't end like 100% broken up.
They don't break up? Ugh.
They break up. She sleeps with the blonde guy.
Oh, yeah.
Ew. No, just kidding.
Simon Baker. You don't like him?
No. Who's Simon Baker?
That's his name in real life,
the character,
right?
Or the actor?
The actor. Let me make sure.
Actually,
he's
I have no idea.
yeah. Wait, this guy, right? Let me show you.
Well, yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah.
Cindy just showed me her phone through the screen as I was Googling it.
Oh yeah, I guess you could have looked it up. He's the leading actor in a show called The Mentalist that I grew up watching, and I thought he was like really cute in that show.
He's cute in this picture. I'm sending it to you, but I didn't really think he was cute in the first Devil Wears Prada. But after she sleeps with him, she goes back to New York and she meets up with Nate, and they like kind of agree to give it another shot.
Lame.
Which I want to talk about him as well.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discourse online lately about him versus Miranda, and like some people were trying to say like he's the true villain, and people were like, well, no, like he kind of sucks in some ways, but like Miranda's still the villain. So I did want to hear your thoughts. I really wish that I was able to finish my rewatch. The hard thing is like Issa works, obviously, but like she can watch movies while she works. And like my job, I have a job, but also I watch my kids, and it's so much harder to like, I can't even get them to sit down and watch a kid's movie, let alone like let me watch an adult movie. And so I've been struggling to find the time to watch these movies. And it doesn't help that instead of watching the first one again, I went and saw the second one again last night. So
oh, you did end up going?
Yeah. So dang,
we didn't even Well, am I allowed to say that? You didn't
What?
even like the second one, and you went back and saw it again.
I know. Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. My thoughts have kind of.
Okay.
It's. We'll get into it. Okay. What were we going to
Okay.
talk about first?
Well,
The Met Gala? Oh, our weekend.
oh yes. Sydney was just here this past weekend, and we took her out on the town, the great city of Boise, Idaho.
No, but
What
she
was
really
your
sold me on it.
Yeah, we were like walking through this park, and Sydney was like listing off all the cities she's been to and lived in, and they were like major cities. She was like, "Well, I think Boise's better than Chicago, Boston." Like, you listen all the, what were
Yeah.
some of the other ones?
Okay, I've lived in or in the surrounding area of these cities: Seattle, Honolulu, Orlando, Salt Lake City, Portland. Those are the ones I've lived in, but of course I've been to New York City, Chicago, Boston, LA, San Antonio, Dallas and Fort Worth. So
Mm-hmm.
I have been to like a lot of major cities and have lived in some of the, well, I'd say Honolulu is one of the best one. Seattle gets mixed reviews, but uh yeah, but Boise has just some really great qualities about it. Like it's still like got your cute downtown city feel, and maybe it's just because it's like newer. It feels like newer than, of course, cities like Seattle are super old. And so there's something about it that's just really like fresh and clean, and it's like way more hipster than I was expecting. Like there's this like freak alley with like all this cool art. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay, Boise, okay. And they've got like this main street that's kind of like shut down from cars, and you can walk through it, and there's like all these shops and local like boutique type places and outdoor seatings and restaurants along the river and outdoor trails. And yeah, I was like, this is a cute town. So you get the big, like, all the cool things that big city has to offer, but like in a small town vibe still, and so
Mm-hmm.
it was cool.
Yeah, it surprised me when I moved here because I grew up in Idaho, but not in Boise. I would say downtown Boise, obviously it's smaller than Salt Lake City, but Salt Lake City, I worked in downtown Salt Lake City for a couple years. There's like nice parts of downtown Salt Lake, but for the most part, I did not enjoy Salt Lake City.
No, it does, like, after this weekend, it did make me feel like, maybe I should, like, go downtown with the girls sometime. The girls, whoever that is. But I'm like, is this here? And I'm just, like, not looking? But I lived downtown. Like, I lived in the center of the city, and I never saw anything quite as cute or nice as what
Really?
we saw. I mean, I've drove by some cute little stores and places, but it's like not laid out very well in a way that makes
Mm-mm.
sense, like to park and to like go to these places. I don't know. So I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll go down there this weekend and and see if anything compares. But I would say Boise wins
Wow, yay! So you're gonna move here.
tomorrow. Yes.
What was the best thing we did this weekend?
I got there Friday night at like 9 p.m. and then I left Sunday morning. So it was like a really quick, just over 24 hours. But we did fit quite a lot in there. Well, it's hard to pick like a favorite when it all blended into like it was all one day. The one day was my favorite. Saturday.
Well,
No, I loved
something
it
I thought
all.
was really fun. We went to the Devil Wears Prada 2 at 10 a.m.,
Oh yeah.
which I've never done that before. I've heard of people doing that. And it was really nice to wake up and go in the morning. And we snuck acai bowls into the theater. And I want to do that every weekend now.
I know. The acai
That was
bowls were
fun.
perfect. Like
Yeah,
if
they
you're
were
looking
good.
for something to sneak into a movie theater, I was pleasantly surprised by, like, the size lasted a pretty good chunk of the movie, you know? Like, it kept you
Mhm.
entertained. It's probably better than me eating an extra large popcorn by myself.
Yeah. And it was easy
So,
to sneak in because they come in these nice little containers with a lid.
yeah.
We just stuck them in a little tote bag.
No,
They
that
were
might
good.
just become my new norm. I'm like, well, let's stop going to the movies at well, okay. I guess a lot of people go to the movies like me. We go late at night because the kids are in bed or whatever, you know?
Mhm.
But I'm just going to start going on Saturday morning, make my husband stay home with the kids, and we'll all the moms can go and get acai bowls and bring them to the movie theater again.
No, it really was nice because we got it done in the morning and then we didn't have to like plan the rest of our day around it, trying to go in the late afternoon or like in the evening. We
Yeah.
just got it done.
Yeah. And then
Well,
we had
thank you.
something to talk about all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
Thank you for driving all the way to Boise.
Yes.
It was fun.
Usually, Issa and I actually avoid talking about the movies until the podcast. And so
Mhm.
this one's interesting because we did discuss it quite a bit. So I'm interested to see like what from what we've already discussed will make it into this
I
conversation. But
know. And that
yeah.
was like 4 days ago, so I'm like I should have written
Yeah.
some stuff down. Um the other thing though, one more thing about our weekend. Originally when we talked about having Cindy come, we were going to like record an episode and make content for social media, but she said she was barely here for more than 24 hours and we just did not have the energy. And in the moment I was so glad we didn't bother with it. But then yesterday when I needed something to post, I was like, damn, I really wish we made a TikTok.
Well, in some of them, I forgot how easy it was. Like the when I was 14, I had my first love. Like we talked about doing
Yeah.
that, and then like it just got to the moment. I remember we got back to Issa's house at like 4 p.m., but we were going back out at like 6:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I literally could have like laid down and fallen asleep though,
Mhm.
because I'd driven the whole day before and we got up early and we stayed out late and all these things. And so we sat down on the couch, we brought up a couple ideas and then did nothing.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I still think we made the right choice.
Yeah.
No, but I do regret we didn't make any Brokeback Mountain. Like I had some ideas for
Oh,
promo for
true.
our Brokeback Mountain episode, which that comes out next week, you guys. Um,
Could you make it with your
yeah.
sister or Ryan?
Well, but you're my co-host. No, I
Well,
was thinking
yeah.
we could make it virtually. Like you're just gonna have
Oh,
to
yeah.
film your part and I'll film my part.
Okay, okay. Send me your ideas. We'll discuss.
Also, while we're on the topic, you guys, like I just said, next week, Brokeback Mountain episode, we have our first ever guests on. We did have some technical difficulties. So the audio is not quite up to our usual quality, but it's a really good episode and we're really excited to put it out. So it's not horrible,
Yeah, I don't
right?
think it's like
I actually haven't
unbearable.
listened to it yet.
I was actually gonna ask. I don't think it's unbearable. There's some slight echoes at certain parts, and you might need to turn it up a little. But it's not bad. But I definitely think it's a conversation worth listening to. It was more like interview style with our um gay correspondents. That's what I that's what like keeps coming to my mind and I'm like, should I call them that? You'll see.
Yeah,
They chose that name themselves,
we had
okay?
our friends Parker and Kylan on and that's what they requested. Parker was like, "We'll be your gay correspondents."
Yeah.
We're really
So
excited for you
no.
guys to hear from them.
Yeah, it was a really awesome time with them. So
No, I'm already thinking we might need to have Kylan on in June for some of the stuff we
oh
have
yeah.
planned.
Yeah.
We
That'd be
might need
fun.
to invite him back.
We'll do it virtually this time, so don't worry.
Yeah.
The technical problems that occurred was because we tried to have all four of us in person and we've learned our lesson and we will adjust. So if we have guests in the future, I promise our episodes the audio will be better.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, next on our list is the Met Gala, I think.
Yes, because we felt like this tied in perfectly with the movie. And of
Mhm.
course, like I was telling Issa, I feel silly for not like realizing this. But of course it came out the same weekend as the Met Gala. That's just perfect.
Yeah.
And the Met Gala theme was, I had this pulled up and then I
Fashion
looked up
is
Simon
art.
Baker. Oh yeah. Fashion is art. Well, that was the dress code. The theme was costume art.
Oh.
Apparently, like, don't ask me like what the difference is between the theme and the dress code. Um, but yeah. So, my overall thoughts about the Met Gala, and I actually thought this the second, like when I was watching The Devil Wears Prada 2 yesterday, it came to mind like, you know, I actually really do like fashion. The Devil Wears Prada, I wear lumpy mom clothes, but like I
Lumpy.
do lumpy, frumpy.
No, you
I
don't.
wear frumpy mom clothes. I actually thought like, oh, this is a fashion episode. I should put on like a cute outfit, and I'm just wearing the same outfit that I literally just bought for this weekend because I have no good outfits. I wear t-shirts and sweatpants, okay? Um,
I put
but
on
I
jeans
do.
for this episode. I thought it was the best I could do.
I mean, I'm wearing jeans too, so yeah. I used to cut out. I was like an avid 17 magazine reader
Mhm.
in high school, junior high, and I would cut it out, and I created my own like lookbook in like a binder. I like glued it all down onto paper, and you could flip through. I had it all sectioned out of like hair ideas, makeup ideas,
Aw.
fashion clothing. This was before the age of Pinterest. So I
Yeah.
made my own Pinterest
You're
board.
a real life Pinterest board.
The second time I was watching this movie, it kind of did like hit me like fashion really is art. Like, and I was like, these are completely impractical outfits, of course, but they're not meant to be outfits.
Mhm.
It's art. And so then I actually saw this TikTok after, like this was late last night, and it put into words perfectly what I was thinking, which was that the people in the Met Gala were taking the theme way too literally. Like
Mm.
they were making outfits inspired by art pieces
Yeah.
instead of the fashion being the art. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I wish that we could have really just seen this like expression of art and like an artistic message through this fashion rather than seeing like a painting converted to fashion. What were your thoughts on? Did you have some favorite looks or
Well,
least
yeah,
favorite
like I
looks?
was really underwhelmed by the looks.
Yeah.
I didn't really think there were very many standouts. My favorite one was probably Emma Chamberlain's.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it looked like an oil painting.
Hers is the only one that I mean, there were other ones that were like pretty,
Mhm.
but hers was the only one that I was like, that looks like art
Yeah.
and it's fashion and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I scrolled through a bunch of pictures, but it's funny. I hate when I think I find a list of like all the most famous people there, and then later on I'm like, why wasn't this picture in the list I was looking at? Because
Yeah.
then you sent me Patrick Schwarzenegger, the
Yeah.
man of the hour, his look, and somehow I missed that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that like, sorry, here we go. Talking
Okay.
about Emily Henry. It happens every episode. Um, I know that they plan these Met Gala looks so far in advance, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But like, this was his moment to prove to us that he was sexy enough to play Augustus Everett. And he came out looking like that guy from Meet the Robertsons,
Oh my
the
gosh.
bad guy.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Like, what?
he didn't convince me he could play any leading romance man, let alone Gus.
No,
Oh,
he looked goofy.
And, even Connor's story, everyone was saying that he was dressed like a granny, which, like, fair, I think I had that same blouse. Like, his shoulders were, like, so sexy that, like, I actually didn't even care about
Connor's
the
story.
Yes. But, but yeah, like, even him in that, I'm like, "I wanna see more of you." There was nothing Patrick Schwarzenegger was giving that makes me want to see him. Like, I don't wanna see him in any role. I just don't want him. Get off my screen. I'm a hater, I'm sorry.
I know, and it's like I can't even watch. Well, I do want to watch. I've been wanting to watch The White Lotus, but I know he plays like a weird guy in that show, so it's like I
Mhm.
can't even watch that to get
Do
a
you know we
feel
see
for.
Sorry,
Hmm?
continue.
No, that's yeah. I was pretty much done.
Do you know we see that he was going to be in a romance that was coming out with Margaret Qualley? And we were like, I think I sent it to you and was like, well, maybe we can get an idea of like how he is. But then,
Oh, a romance besides Beach Read?
yeah, do you remember?
I don't remember.
Let me see.
That vaguely sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
It's called Love of Your Life. It's a romantic drama. Features Qualley as a woman navigating life after her husband's death and Schwarzenegger as an old friend and former lover.
Oh, okay, that kind of sounds cute.
Um, it was Scenes were being filmed in October 2025, so I'm not seeing like a release date, but if they were filming in October, I could imagine that this might even come out this year.
Yeah. I mean, if Patrick Schwarzenegger comes out in either one of these movies, Love of Your Life or Beach Read, and he really turns on the charm and the hotness, like I will eat my words. I'll say, I should have trusted you guys. That's
Mhm.
what I want to happen. Like I'm not preying on his downfall.
Oh yeah. Beach Read is so special to me, like, I am praying for a miracle.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this movie to fail. I don't want this is only the second one of Emily Henry's, and I know the first one didn't land with a lot of people, and, like, I want people to, like, respect her story, so I'm really hoping, actually, that he totally sells it and that it's, incredible.
Sorry, I had to yawn, but
Oh, that's good.
amen. Um, there was something else. Oh, back to Connor's story. Yeah, I was disappointed with Connor's story and Hudson Williams' Met Gala
Mhm.
outfits, especially because we've seen Connor's story in a lot of different artistic photo shoots,
Yeah.
and I've seen him in some really cool looks. I was expecting a little bit more from Connor's story, and then Hudson Williams did seem to try harder, but it was a little bit of a miss.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, like, I haven't seen Hudson in as much, like, artistic expression type photo shoots,
Mhm.
and for this to be his first try, I mean, like, some people were talking about the makeup and how it looked messy, but, like, honestly, I think it was more just, like, the outfit. I mean, sure, the makeup could
Yeah.
be improved, but there was something about, like, where the jacket hit and, like, the pants were, like, sort of low-waisted, but also long, and it
Yeah.
made him look kinda, like, frumpy,
It
you
just
know?
felt off, yeah.
Yeah, so, but it's their first time. People used to have way worse red carpet debuts of, like, Ashley Tisdale in a dress and jeans. Maybe
Yes.
not at the Met Gala, but, like,
I don't
we
think that's where Ashley Tisdale was.
hopefully not. No. Has she ever been invited to a Met Gala?
I
Probably
don't think
not.
so. She's
Um
not even invited to the mom hangouts anymore, remember?
Oh, that's true, that's true. Yeah, so, they'll have their shot, though.
Yeah, I hope we get a Heated Rivalry Season 2 announcement soon.
Oh, yeah. Are they already filming?
No, I don't think so.
No. So it might be a little while,
Okay,
but
that reminds me though, they started filming the Summer I Turned Pretty movie,
Oh, yeah.
and then people were leaking photos from the set, and then I'm not gonna lie, I saw them on Reddit, sent them to
You
the
sent
group
them to
chat.
us?
Yeah. But then I got so excited yesterday because I saw that the Summer I Turned Pretty official Instagram account posted something, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's the announcement? And it was just them saying, stop filming our sets.
Yeah.
So
I saw that. I was like, ooh, what are
yeah.
they writing in the sand? A date? No.
Yeah, no,
It was
literally.
like, privacy, please.
Yeah. Also, I'm like getting nervous for the movie because, as you guys know, I had a severe case of Conrad Fisher psychosis. But literally every picture I've seen of Christopher Briney in the past few weeks, I've been like, what was I going through? Like, I see him and it's just not hitting the same. But I need that magic back because I want to be obsessed with the movie.
Yeah. Well, did you think that, like, even seeing the promo shots?
Well, I mean, they were from far away. The promo shots, or you mean like the leaked?
Yeah,
set
sorry,
pictures?
the leaked ones.
They were like blurry and far away. So I'm not sure.
Well, sorry, continue.
No, that's okay. That's all I was gonna say.
It's just funny that you mentioned that you were like, what was I going through? Because I just mentioned in our last episode how I watched Fever Pitch and, like, I thought that I liked Jimmy Fallon, and the more I see him, the more I'm, like, totally, like, ugh, by him. And I was looking at my Facebook memories, and okay, on this day, literally today, I just saw this. I don't know why I check my Facebook memories, like, daily, because they always make me cringe and give me, like, secondhand embarrassment for myself back then. But 9 years ago on this day, I wrote, I will always be heartbroken over the fact that I can't marry Jimmy Fallon. And I was like,
that is crazy, Sydney.
huh. I was like, I do not remember having that thought at
Jimmy
all.
Fallon? That is crazy.
So I had that moment today too of like, what was I going through?
People don't even really like him anymore as like a talk show host, let alone a heartthrob.
Yeah. And you know what? Like 9 years ago sounds like a long time. But like,
But you were like,
I was an adult.
yeah,
Yeah, like that was like
like you were a
2017. I was
teenager.
in college. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
like
weren't
I
like
was
15.
21.
That's crazy. That is so funny.
I'm
We
like,
should
Jimmy
introduce a new
Fallon.
segment where you read your old Facebook statuses.
Oh my gosh. I probably have an embarrassing one every week we record, so probably.
I didn't get a Facebook until I was like 20 years old. Thank goodness.
Oh yeah.
But then again, this is from when you were 21.
I think I had one in like 2011. So I have quite a bit of history there, and I had no restrictions, and I posted a lot of weird things. So stay tuned.
Okay, keep us posted if you find any other funny ones.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have one more thing to say about Christopher Briney.
Okay.
So I think he's going to be in like a Christmas rom-com.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think. I know.
Yeah.
It's called Clashing Through the Snow. But it's just kind of funny to me because I remember it was during some sort of press for season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and people were asking him about his next roles and what he was going to do next. And he was like, well, I'm really privileged to be in the position now where I can be kind of picky about what I do next. And so I just thought it was funny that then his first role announced is another
Like a
romance
Hallmark
lead.
Christmas.
Yeah, a Christmas Amazon Prime movie. Which is, I mean, I'm glad, you know.
Yeah.
I'd love to keep him in rom-coms and as these romance leads. But I thought he was going to try to, like, move away from being typecast as a romance lead.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll go through like a Matthew McConaughey phase. Like we got several
That's true.
rom-coms out of Matthew McConaughey. And
That's
they were
true.
all hits, really. What's that other one he was in?
And
with
even Robert
Sarah Jessica Parker?
Pattinson did a romance right after Twilight, right? That
the
9/11
9/11
movie.
one.
I always forget what it's
Yeah.
called, and I just call it the 9/11 movie.
Remember Me, I think it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Well, stay tuned on if I think Christopher Briney is hot in his next roles.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
maybe it's for the best. Free me from these shackles.
Sometimes we need a wake-up call. I haven't had that wake-up call with Adam Driver yet, though, and you think he's ugly, so...
No, like, I get his appeal.
But actually, I do think that he's ugly in like, a lot of stuff he does.
That's part of his sexiness. He's ugly.
Yeah. He's like,
He's
some
like a
pictures I
man,
see it.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you look at him
Christopher
and you're
Briney's
like,
little.
that's a man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Sometimes I Google him and I'm like, ooh, jump scare.
Yeah.
But then I just rewatched Star Wars. So actually, I'm not sure if I like Adam Driver or if I just like Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
And maybe
See,
it's the
maybe
same with
I
the
just
Summer I
like
Turned Pretty.
Conrad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm excited. Me and Isa have to get our stuff together and start working to make connections because we have it on our vision board that we're going to be at the premiere of the Summer I Turned Pretty movie.
Oh my
So
gosh.
if anyone listening has connections.
Yeah, and if we are on the red carpet or whatever color the Summer I Turned Pretty carpet is, and I'm meeting Christopher Briney, do not tell him about this episode, you guys. Okay? Don't tell him.
No.
All right.
We will be on our very best behavior for him.
I know. Sometimes we're really honest on the podcast, and then I'm like, but what if someday these people come on the podcast?
No, I've thought that. I mean, I used to apologize. I think in our intro episode, I said sorry like 20 times to 20 men. Now, it's we're too far in. We're gonna be ourselves, and we can't all love everyone, so.
We really believe in our podcast, you guys, if you can't tell. Okay,
all right,
should
so
we talk
speaking
about
of fashion? No.
Speaking of
ugly
City's
men,
go-to segue.
Where should we start with the ugly men in this movie? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so should we start with the first movie?
Yeah.
You guys, this was my first time watching The Devil Wears Prada. I had never seen the first one, and actually, I kind of forgot that I needed to watch it before I went to the second one. So I watched the second one first, and then I watched the first one. And not to get ahead of myself, but I didn't really like the second one. So I was worried that I wasn't going to like the first one. And Sydney, you even said you didn't really like the first one that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I am here to say, I actually did like the first one.
What did you like about it?
I liked
an accusatory way. What could you possibly like about it? No, what did you like?
I liked that it was about two badass women. And I really liked Andy and Miranda's dynamic and the way they were alike and the way they were different. And I really liked Andy's journey. Like, okay, again, it's just hard not to talk about the movies together.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the micro issues of the first one better than the macro issues of the second one. Like, I liked that storyline better. Like, Andy's journey of self-discovery and her trying to do this job for this really evil lady.
Yeah.
I liked that way better than like, oh, we gotta save the magazine in the second one.
Yeah. No, I agree. I've only seen this movie once, actually. The first one, I think I've only watched once. And I was probably in high school when I watched it. And so I do really wish that I'd been able to finish it, because even just watching it now, like the first 35, 40 minutes or whatever that I watched, I think that I would understand and relate to it a lot more now as a woman versus like as a teenager. And I also went into the first movie originally thinking that it was going to be a rom-com. And so I think, being a naive teenager and expecting a romance really skewed like how I received the movie and the message as a whole, because I was just like, where's the romance, But like you said, it was more of a story about like her discovering like herself and what she
Mhm.
wanted in life, and how to stand up for herself and who she was and all these things. And I think that the messages in the second one, I think it's funny because I think a lot of people love the second one for those reasons. Like, oh, look, like they're calling out the mass layoffs, they're calling out AI slop, they're calling out this. But to me, that feels more like pandering to the audience versus like writing a truly compelling story and plot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think you can appreciate, like, I appreciated some of the messages of the second one, but like you
Yeah.
just said, I still liked the storyline of the first one better. Especially because, yes, they had some good messages in the second one, but it was a little bit convoluted, and they had just as many things that kind of bothered me, which we'll get into. Like
I
some
think
things that I almost felt like canceled out the messages.
yeah, exactly. It was, yeah, contradictory at times. It
Yeah.
seemed to kind of go against itself and the message that it was trying to send. And I think I did enjoy it more the second time I watched it, the second movie.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I guess we're already transitioning away from the first. We can go back to the first movie. But I did enjoy it more the second time because I knew what to expect story-wise, and so I was appreciating the fashion and that artistic expression and the world a little bit more the second time I rewatched it. But I feel like we've watched a lot of the new stuff that we've been watching, Love Story, You Mean Tuscany, like movies or TV shows, Bridgerton, like the stories have been lacking. It's not that they're not fun or engaging or pretty to look at or whatever. You can still have fun watching it, but I'm just craving a little bit more of like maybe
Um,
yeah, maybe it's because we watched Brokeback Mountain and like that has such a strong message that
mhm.
like I've been watching these other things afterwards.
To me, the second movie, it was the messages that they delivered with no subtlety, which is, I mean, I was okay with because I agreed with them, but but that doesn't leave a lot of room for storytelling if you're, knocking your audience over the head with the messages. And then also celebrity cameos and product placement. So you have those three things. It doesn't leave a lot of room for good storytelling.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And
So,
it's
and I feel
funny.
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
well, I just feel like that's how a lot of movies are made nowadays. They're not starting with a story. They're
Yeah.
starting with the advertisements and the nostalgia, the callbacks, the self-referential stuff, and
Mhm.
then maybe a message like, an in-your-face message.
Especially because they're all remakes or sequels or
Exactly, yeah.
whatever. So I agree. And I was just gonna say that like I think it's funny because half the episodes were like, we're not film critics, but sometimes we are film critics. And I feel like this is one where like if you enjoyed this movie and you're like, what? Like, I love this. Why didn't you like this? I think it's because, we are almost 30 episodes in now too. And I think that I'm starting to understand this critique thing. And like, it's not, I mean, sometimes it's all for the vibes, and that's okay. Like I said, I can appreciate this one for the vibes, but sometimes, yeah, I do want to look at things a little bit more critically. And I just don't think it had the same sort of messaging as the first, or like, it still did have the message, right? Of like, times are changing. How do you keep up? Blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of like what you were saying, like there was no subtlety to it. And it's also something that is like so out of my control that storylines dwelling on it don't really make me feel any better. I'm not
And you're referring
Miranda.
to the anti-AI, anti-billionaire messaging?
That, but also the mass layoffs, the journalism, the deaths of journalism, the
Oh, yeah.
extinction of print materials, everything's going digital. I mean, even what I work in marketing, and so even what Andy said about like I used to just write what people want to know. I mean, what people need to know, and now I need to figure out like what they want to know and like how to get them to click on things, and like it's all like maybe because I work in marketing, it's already like all so like overwhelming to me all the time. And I literally like all the time, I'm like, I cannot keep up with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what I studied in my marketing degree 4 years ago is like irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
And so it feels just like overwhelming in the way of like, I'm not a rich, connected, top of the ladder magazine chief who has connections to billionaires that can like save my job and my company. You know, like
Yeah.
we're struggling down here, and the message with the first one is like something that I can like yes relate to, but also like put myself in those shoes and kind of learn something from, where like the message in this one is like I can't do anything about this.
That's what
So
they want you to think, though, Sydney.
I know. But
Don't
like
let the man get you down. You just
the
read 1984. Oh, I meant to ask you
I
about that.
know. Yeah, I didn't finish it on the drive home though. I started Crimson Rebel Witch again.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted some cat and mouse chasing and tension. Yeah,
Sydney's
sorry,
like, enough of
1984.
this dystopian social commentary. Give me some romantasy.
No, but
That's
yeah,
fair.
I mean, I think you get my point. But yeah, I just like walked away the first time we watched it. Like I said, second time more fun. But first time I actually walked out of the theater feeling like a little bit frustrated, a little bit annoyed with all the celebrity cameos and
Yeah.
all the wealth.
Mm.
Um and so yeah, I actually kind of had a bitter taste in my mouth.
Well, I left the theater feeling frustrated because, frankly, I was bored. And so then I thought I was going to be bored in the first one, but like I said, I liked that one a lot better.
Yeah. What was your well, okay, so you liked the dynamic, but like what really to you like felt like it set it apart from the first one? Because I remember the second one. I remember watching the first one and thinking it was a little bit boring, but I think that's because I had the wrong expectations, like I said. And so, like, what to you made this one, like, the first one not boring compared to the second one, or what, like, made it stand out more?
Well, Miranda is 10 times meaner in the first one. And so then watching Andy realize that she is making choices that are leading her down Miranda's path, and like watching her realize, oh my gosh, am I like Miranda? Is this who I'm becoming? And she betrayed Emily. She kind of betrayed Nigel without meaning
Mm-hmm.
to, but Miranda already knew anyway. But so yeah, Miranda was way more iconic and mean in the first one, which I saw people saying it actually probably would have been an even more boring route to just, you know, have her say these quippy mean lines again in the second one and have no point of view and no angle at all. Because they were saying like Miranda's softened in the second
Yeah.
one because she's had to change with the times
Mm-hmm.
and she's had to pander to these like billionaire men that are like controlling the fashion industry.
Yeah.
So like I get it, but that doesn't mean it's more fun to watch.
No, I do think like some critics of the film were like, Miranda would never in the second movie. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, guys, like 20 years have
Yeah, she's
passed.
old.
Like, yeah, like she's older, she's tired, she's been worn down by the system, HR complaints, things like that. You know, times
Yeah.
have changed. Like, I didn't think it was unbelievable at all to like see her change.
Something I didn't believe though is that she wouldn't remember Andy.
I couldn't tell if she genuinely forgot her
or was just
or if
being.
yeah. But I guess, like, if you had an employee for 1 year 20 years ago, and, like, how many assistants must be, like, rotating in and out, like, I don't know, maybe you would.
I guess, but they had some significant moments in the first one.
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe she would forget her.
I don't
Let
know.
us know in the comments what you think. We always talk to you guys, quote unquote, you guys, as if there's tons of you listening,
Or
and
for
then
BJ
nobody comments
Novak,
anything.
you
Huh?
people.
Oh, yeah, you people. To me, guys is unisex. What's the word I'm looking for?
Gender neutral.
Gender neutral.
Well, yeah, because honestly, I've started to use girls or like girl as a gender neutral term.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care if I'm talking to a man or not. Like, I've said so many times to my mom, like, you just need to tell this person, girl, what is your problem? And it's like a man, you know? But like, yeah, if we can use guy gender neutrally, then I'm gonna start calling them girls.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you
Well,
saying about our audience? Or
no,
just
that
that you
was
wanted
all.
their feedback on that?
Yeah, you guys, come
Yeah,
on. You
tell
people.
us. You people. Speaking of BJ Novak, he felt
I did
so out
not
of
like him.
place.
Yeah.
I don't like him in real life. His character in The Office is the worst, which is honestly the only thing I've seen him in. But he really took me out of it. Like the like the scene where he's in the car. I thought it was like kind of cringy the first time I watched it, and the second time I was like, yeah, that is like delivered so weird. He's like, "Dad, we need to like." I'm not getting this out well. He's
Oh,
delivering these lines like so poorly. He's like, "Dad, check this out." Look
no,
at
I
this. Do
know
you know what I'm
exactly
talking
what you're
about?
talking about. Yes, I had the same thought watching that scene. I was like, you know when Harry Styles said it's a movie that feels like a movie?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I always think of when I'm like taken out of the moment and I realize I'm watching a movie. Like that's how bad the acting was in that moment. I was like, I'm watching a movie.
Dad, did you see this headlining article? Like it was
Yeah.
so
No, it
like
was bad.
I could have delivered the line better, I think actually.
Okay, I know we're kind of jumping all over the place, but I guess like I said, I walked out of the theater feeling bored, which was weird because there were so many elements that I did like. I like Anne Hathaway, I like Meryl Streep, I like Stanley Tucci. Am I forgetting someone?
Did you like
Oh,
Anne
Simone
Hathaway like
Ashley.
you liked her in this specifically?
Well, again, I liked her a lot better in the first one. But
Cuz
I've
I was
never bought into the Anne Hathaway hate. So
well,
like
I
I'm
don't
going to go to a movie with her and like, oh, it's Anne Hathaway. Cool.
it's actually like shocks me to hear that people hate her. I'm like, since when are we hating on Anne Hathaway? But
Yeah, Fontaine, Ella Enchanted,
oh, well, did she
Princess.
get some hate for Les Mis?
I actually think that might have been when
Like the start of it?
the hate, yeah.
Yeah, I actually kind of recall that. That was so long ago, though. We should definitely move on. But I
Maybe we have
actually
moved
thought
on.
that her performance was like one of the weakest in this movie. Sometimes it felt a little like, which is why I wanted to rewatch the first one, because I was like, is this like how. Is she making weird acting choices in this specifically, or is she like replicating the character and how she acted 20 years ago? Do you know what I mean? But she took me out of the moment a little bit more than like anyone else besides BJ Novak.
BJ Novak. Um, I liked her better in the first one, but do you have specific examples from the second one? Nothing's really coming to my mind. I mean, I know she was a little bit goofy.
Yeah, it was like just felt a little bit more like over the top, like physical acting that I was used to. Like it felt a little bit like I was watching Princess Diaries, which is fine. I love Princess Diaries. I just wasn't expecting like her to play the role like that. You know, it's not even necessarily that it was like, oh, that's bad acting. I just was like kind of caught off guard that I was like, "Oh, that's how this character is." And, like, when they were on their date and, she's like, "I like" what was the line? You know, when they, like, tap glasses and then she laughs. She's
Oh,
like, "Oh, is
yeah.
this a date? Oh, we talking about a date? Does talking about it make it more like a date? I like talk," with that whole conversation.
Oh, I
There's
thought that
something
was cute.
there's something about the way she laughed and smiled that maybe maybe I just I can't tell. Okay, maybe it's good acting, and I just couldn't relate because I don't think I've ever been on a date with a man. Like, I love my husband, but like, he doesn't make me laugh like so happy, cute. Like I'm the funnier person in this relationship, and so maybe I thought it was bad acting, but you
Oh, wait,
know,
that's actually funny.
maybe girls do find men that funny.
That's actually funny because I feel like normally you're the one that always has, like, really nice things to say about Alan on the podcast. But, like, I feel like I do laugh at Ryan's jokes that way.
Oh, that's funny.
But they're, like, the dumbest jokes.
Okay, yeah, I guess like I do laugh really hard at what Alan says, but it's not when he's trying to like make a joke. Like he's
That's
sort of
even worse. You're just
naturally
laughing at him?
funny. Yes, like he just says things that I think are like so cute and funny and like I'll laugh, but I've never had this sort of like bantery, flirty exchange. Partly that's just cuz like I'm awkward and he's quiet. So like we didn't have this like sexy flirting. Oh, so cute. You're so funny.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, I mean, I love him and I love him because I'm the funnier person. Like, I don't think that I could stand being in a relationship with somebody who thinks they're funnier than me.
Of course. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm still funnier than Ryan, obviously.
Issa, I have a hard time picturing you laughing like how she did in that scene. I'm gonna find the scene, I'm gonna record it, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna need you to tell me an exact joke that Ryan told you that made you laugh and smile so big.
Okay, maybe I'm misremembering the scene, but I agree. I think
Maybe I'm just being a hater.
Andy slash Anne Hathaway, I liked her better in the first one. But speaking of the date, should we talk about the romance in both movies?
Yeah. You talk more about the first since I obviously didn't recall it very well.
Okay. So, in the second one, sorry, I'm starting with the second one. I'm talking about them together.
Mhm.
There's this like throwaway side plot with Anne Hathaway getting this happily ever after with this random contractor. Oh yeah, and then they were trying to make us think the contractor was he was like, "Oh, I'm not the landlord. I'm not the buyer of the building. I'm just the
Yeah.
contractor." It's like, okay,
I
well,
didn't
you're
buy the
on the same
historical
team. Yeah.
building.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? Okay, but anyway. Um, so I was like, yeah, why did they throw in that random romance? And then I saw people saying, like, well, it's supposed to juxtapose her relationship in the first one, because in the first one, her boyfriend sucks. But this guy, in the second one, he respected her and he read what she wrote and was interested in her and blah, 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 blah. So then I watched the first one expecting the boyfriend, Nate, to be a terrible, terrible boyfriend. And that's not at all what I got from it. I thought he was a fine boyfriend, and Andy was the one that, was letting him down in their relationship because of her toxic work relationship with Miranda.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm just dumb or I'm missing something, but I thought Nate was a fine boyfriend.
Yeah, okay. I guess I really shouldn't speak at all since I haven't rewatched. I didn't get that far into it.
City!
Honestly, the 40 minutes I saw, like, he was barely in it at all yet. But some people accuse him of, like, not supporting her, like, career ambitions or whatever. But, like, we have to recognize that Miranda, like, she is the devil in The Devil Wears Prada. Like,
Yes,
she
yes.
is, like, a toxic person. Like, this wasn't a healthy work environment. She was demanding, she was expecting a lot, she was rude, she was disrespectful, etc., etc. So, like, him, like, wanting to, like, step in or, like, interrupt that, like, I don't feel like that's, like, not supporting career ambition. Like, I think he'd actually be a bad boyfriend if he didn't say anything at all.
Well, not only just like the career ambitions and all that, Andy was becoming a completely different person. And
Yeah.
I think that's fair. We've talked about this before. Like, obviously, to a certain extent, you grow and change with the person you commit to. But I think it's fair if Andy's becoming this entirely different person, not the same person that he fell in love with. It's fair for him to want to talk about that and address it.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate, I think people bringing up Andy's career ambitions and her being a boss ass bitch, like, that's a very 2026 perspective and interpretation that I get where they're coming from, but it's like, yeah, you're missing the point of the story if you think that Andy and Miranda were doing everything right.
Yeah.
That's not
I
how the movie ends, like with Andy becoming Miranda 2.0.
yeah. She recognizes, like, "Oh, what
This is
path am
not
I
the
going
person I wanna
down?"
be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny because I've seen so many posts in the last couple weeks of, like, why Nate is the real villain of The
Oh
Devil Wears
my
Prada. And
gosh.
people are like, what? No, like, he might not have been, a perfect boyfriend, and sure, he probably could have gone about certain things differently. But, like, the true villain of that movie? No. And even if the point of the boyfriend in the second movie was to, like, contrast him, I still don't think it was necessary.
Honestly, I think I've gotten all my thoughts out. Did we miss anything you wanted to talk about?
I just wanted to share a couple fun facts with you.
Okay.
Okay, this is based on a book. It came out in 2003. It was a chick lit book, but it was still based on the author's own experiences.
Mm.
She worked for Vogue
Mhm.
under Anna Wintour. An interesting thing, though, when the first movie was made, was that most designers and other fashion figures avoided appearing as themselves for fear of displeasing Anna Wintour,
Mhm.
because the rumor was at the time that Miranda was based on her,
Mhm.
and she was, like, really upset by that at first. And it says that eventually she, like, overcame the skepticism and everything, and that she liked the film, and that she thought Meryl Streep's performance was great, blah, blah, blah. She's actually, like, I've seen her in a lot of the marketing for the
Yeah.
sequel,
Well,
but for
she
the
was
first
going to
one,
make
she
a
wasn't.
cameo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they filmed a cameo with her and everything, but they ended up cutting it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was so interesting that, like, designers and fashion figures were like, "Oh, no, no, I can't make a cameo in this first movie because, like,
Mhm.
we'll upset her." But then the second one was, like, full of cameos,
Right.
and they're like, "Oh, no, we don't care anymore." So that was kind of an interesting tidbit. And then the other thing was, and this is just interesting to me as, like, a marketing person, but, this came out the same weekend as Superman Returns.
Mm.
And so they were really worried about that, just that competition, I guess. And they were like, okay, we really need to step up our marketing. And so they created a teaser poster to go out just to, like, really get people excited about it. And this was the famous, like, red stiletto heel with
Mm.
the pitchfork. And it was so successful and iconic. That's, like, the words of the people in charge of the marketing, that it was used for the actual release poster, and it, like, became the brand of, like,
Yeah.
this whole movie. And it was just like, oh, I guess we need to step up our marketing. How about we create this little teaser thing and we send it out? But people, like, loved it.
That's really cool.
So I thought that was fun. Cause now it's like, it's everywhere. Like, that
Mhm.
is, like, when you think of The Devil Wears Prada, that's what you think of.
Yeah, for sure.
And
It's
so
interesting to learn, like what movies came out at the same time, when I was reading about 10 Things I Hate About You, it came out the same weekend as The Matrix.
That's crazy. I don't even picture
Yeah.
that being the same time
Right.
era. Like, that's,
Exactly.
yeah. Which is actually funny because I do picture, like, Superman Returns, and this is the one with, like, I don't even know what his name was.
You're asking the wrong girl. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched it, but, like, yeah, it's not Henry Cavill's, you know? It's the one
Yeah.
nobody remembers, which is funny that they were, like, so worried about this, but, like, this is the one that became, like, the iconic movie and that's been remembered, and, like, nobody talks about, like, that one Superman movie that came out
In
before Henry
2006.
Cavill's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did have a successful run in the theaters, despite, you know, it opening the same weekend. It was really successful, and it was a career high for all 3 top billed actresses at the time. So that's Streep, Hathaway, and Blunt. So Streep, what, and I'm actually surprised that this was Meryl Streep's, like, highest grossing theater run, because
Yeah,
she's
that's kind
Meryl
of
Streep,
crazy.
you know?
Yeah.
It was surpassed 2 years later with, can you guess?
For Anne Hathaway?
For
Or
Streep,
for
Meryl Streep.
Mamma Mia?
Yes.
I'm glad you reminded me of Emily Blunt, though, because I'll say, like, she was the most consistent across the 2 movies as far as, like, how much I liked her character,
Yeah.
and it felt like her character in the second one made sense for who she was in the first one.
Yeah. She actually got, like, a lot of praise. Her and Meryl Streep got the most praise, actually, for the
Oh,
first
really?
movie. Yeah,
Wow.
which I wasn't expecting, but, like, people were really, well, and I guess that makes sense because this kind of did, like, kick off her career. So I'm glad that, you know, she was received well and everything. And, you know, she's Stanley
Also,
Tucci's, like, sister-in-law.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's married to her sister.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He had a glow up. Like, it's crazy because he's 65 now, so he was 45 in the first one, but I thought he looked even better in the second one.
I agree, but I do think that he's had, like, filler. Like, his
Probably.
face, the shape and fullness of his face is, like, drastically different in the second one than the first one.
Well, whatever he did, it worked for
You're
me,
like,
I
good job.
guess. Yeah. He's a real life Caesar Flickerman.
I forget that he's in that too. There's some fun facts. And I guess I just didn't realize, like, how big it was. Like, I didn't realize at the time, and I guess I was only 10 years old, but yeah, I just didn't realize that it was seen as people's, like, comfort movies or, like, their all-time faves 2000s movie, you know? Like, I think I was just young enough that I just kind of, like, missed that, and I didn't really realize the impact that it had. Alright, so Issa has some fashion trivia for me. We'll see how I do.
These are really random questions that some of them you might know, but I'm not expecting you to know, but I just thought it would be fun.
Okay.
Okay, number 1. Karl Lagerfeld is most known for being the creative director of which fashion house?
What's his name?
Karl Lagerfeld.
I'm just gonna take a random guess because it's a brand name that's not a name. Coach?
No, but you're close. It starts with a C. You need to think higher than Coach. Bougier. I'll give you one more hint.
Okay.
He was like the theme of a Met Gala a couple years ago, honoring him.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Tell me.
Chanel.
Oh, Chanel.
Okay, number 2. There's only 6 questions.
Okay.
What was the theme of the 2018 Met Gala?
Camp?
Very close. That was 2019.
Heavenly Bodies?
Yes.
Okay.
Good job. And there really hasn't been one as good since. Okay, but that's kind of crazy. So it was Heavenly Bodies, Fashion, and the Catholic Imagination. What if, like, 100 years from now, there's a Mormon-themed Met Gala?
It was called Heavenly Bodies. What would this one be called? Probably Secrets. Secrets and women. Pioneer women.
Pioneer women.
Oh, that would be crazy, actually.
Okay. What cities are considered the 4 fashion capitals?
Milan.
Oh, good job. That was the one that I wasn't sure if you would get.
Okay, so Milan, New York City, Paris,
Yeah.
and LA.
London.
London. I knew it would have been another international one, but to be honest, like, I guess I forget, like, how important London is.
Well, I thought that was interesting because those are all, like, Western cities.
Yeah.
So are these just the fashion capitals of the Western world? Because I feel like
Yeah.
they're missing out on a large part of the world.
Yeah. We're like, where's China? Where's India? Like, and it's like some really great
Tokyo.
Like, yeah, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Places that have really beautiful, like, established fashion too, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true.
Okay. Who famously styles Zendaya? He was a cameo in the
the guy
second
with the long
movie.
black hair. He's got like an interesting name, right? Like Al
Yeah.
Roach or something like that.
La Roach.
I'm dyslexic.
His name is Lawrence. Like
Oh,
LAW, so he goes by La Roach.
Roach is his last name.
Yeah, it's kind of an unfortunate last name.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of funny because like when I hear la, I think of like the in Spanish, like female the. So I think La
Oh.
Roach is like the roach. So yeah. He could rethink that, but no, just kidding.
That's funny. I was trying to decide if there was a difference between like la or law. Like,
Yeah, like how does he say la
because
la
it's La Roach. It's a La
Yeah.
Roach.
loss,
Yeah.
but not like law LAW.
No, that's what it is.
Oh, it is.
LAW.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes it much better, actually. Okay, now I'm not picturing the roach. I'm seeing
Yeah.
law. Okay.
Okay. How long has Anna Wintour been the editor-in-chief of Vogue? This one you're just gonna have to take a random guess.
1995.
You were kind of close. 1988. Which is
That's
crazy.
a long time. She still is?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Good for her.
I know.
Girl boss.
Okay, last question. How much does the cheapest pair of Prada sunglasses cost on the Prada website?
See, this is hard because this is where I feel like apparently the Coach joke or like, oh, how's Coach to Emily was like a jab. But like Coach is the only designer brand that I'm familiar with, like the pricing and like the products. And so, and if Coach is like the poor person's luxury brand, apparently, because I have to think above the Coach, then maybe this was Prada.
Mm-hmm.
Prada, is it in the hundreds? 500
Yes.
plus?
Well, I'm not going
Less-
to tell you. It's in the hundreds.
I'll go with 400.
475.
Oh, that they must be made out of gold.
Most of the ones on their website were in the 500s, but I did see a couple pairs that were sub 500.
Well, that's interesting. I definitely am going to look into like what makes like is it just normal plastic? Are they expensive
don't
because
know.
of the brand name? Is it because they're like handmade and they're not being made with like people making a penny a dollar, a penny an hour in a foreign country? Like, are they getting paid fair wages and that's why it's expensive? Like, I'm so curious about this luxury brand world, and I think that's also part of why, like, the movies just didn't hit quite the same for me because I'm, like, so outside of that world. But I am fascinated by it, and I'm gonna do some research.
I don't know. But you know who always has luxury designer sunglasses?
Who?
The 21-year-olds that go on Love Island.
Oh, that's true. You
I
think
don't
they're
know how
real?
they're doing it.
Because Alan
No,
had
that's
a
a good
fake
question.
Louis Vuitton wallet.
That's awesome.
I was like, whoa, when did, like, and he's had it like our whole marriage. He always had this wallet. And I was like, one day it just clicked, like, wait, why do you have a Louis Vuitton wallet? And he's like, oh, it's not real. All right, well, our next episode, Brokeback Mountain, it's going to be great.
Yes, we're switching the vibe completely.
Very different. The
But
anti-luxury movie.
yeah, literally, we went from the richest, rich people to poor people.
Yeah. After that, we'll be doing Off Campus. That's a new TV show on Amazon. It comes out in 10 days. So you can start watching that when that's out. And then the last week of May, we'll do Roman Holiday. So tune in all month long. We've got a wide variety throughout the
we're
whole
all over
month,
the place
really.
this month.
Yeah.
I like that, though. All right, well,
things
thank
fun.
you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.